How to remain detached from women. Now let's get to it. How to remain detached from women. You basically got to just look at them, as your friend. That maybe you smash every now and then, or you touch on every now and then. This is how you remain detached from women, is by seeing them, you view them as a friend, not as a girlfriend. See, you don't put your heart into it. You know what I'm saying? You just view her as a friend. This is how you're going to remain detached from her, because you're not going to, you won't put her up on a pedestal. You won't start to worship her. You won't start to take her too serious. Whatever she do, she does. Whatever she do, she does. Another thing, how you going to remain detached from women, is you got to look at women as like they always talk to another guy. That's how, you always have to have it in your head. So you're not going to take her that serious. Y'all might mess around or something like that, but you're not going to take her that serious because you always think it's another guy in the picture, which is true. It's always another guy in the picture. But at the same time, you just have your time with her and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You're not taking her too serious. You're not paying for her dates. You're not taking her out, taking her on vacations, and doing all these extra stuff, telling her, calling her, baby and all this. Maybe you might do that just to, for fun. But you're not calling her all that. You know what I'm saying? You're not calling her all that. Maybe just crack jokes, you might call her that. But you're not really calling her that. You know what I'm saying? You just see her as a friend. Friends with benefits. This is how you're going to remain detached from a woman. You got to always say that you can't get into a relationship with her because you feel like she going to, leave you. You got to have that in the back of your mind. Another thing, how you going to remain detached from women, you got to keep the same routine, bro. You got to keep your same routines. What you do is what you do. You get home from your job. You might go see her once a week because you look at her as a friend. And then, but the rest of the days of the week, you on your purpose. You got to keep that same routine, bro. See her once or twice a week. And then those rest of those other days, you focusing on your purpose. You got to keep those same routines. You can't see her too often, bro. Or you going to start taking her too serious. Once or twice a week. And that's it. Or once a week. Or once every I'm going to say once every 2 weeks, bro. Once every 2 weeks. Just to, spread it out. And the rest of those days, in those weeks, you focusing on your purpose. This is how you're going to remain detached from women. You always have to have something that you value more than her. More you value than more you value than that woman. You always gotta have something that's more important than her that need to be done in your life, bro. This is how you gonna, not get, attached. This is how you gonna stay detached from her, from women. You guys start, what y'all guys start doing is, y'all start messing up the routine. You start seeing her once every 2 weeks, and then you start seeing her once every week, and then you start seeing her once every 2 days. Bro, you messing up the routine. You starting to take her too serious. This is why you are getting this. This is why you get attached. This is why you can't get, this is why you're not being detached. Because you're not keeping the same routine. You're starting to value her more, her time more than your purpose. You got to keep the same routine, bro. You got to write it down sometimes. Or whatever you have to do just to remember. I'm going to see her once every 2 weeks. And the rest of those, other weeks or and days, I'm going to be focusing on my purpose. This is how you got to be. Or you're going to get attached and not detached, because you're going to start to put her more, you're going to start giving her more of your time. Don't start giving her more of your time. You're going to get attached. You're trying to get detached and remain detached by staying disciplined enough to keep that same routine. Another thing, how you going to get detached from women, you're going to remain detached, is have fun, but always have that independent mindset, bro. Yeah. Have fun with her. When you see her once every 2 weeks, one time out of that week, but make sure that you stay independent. You don't feel like you need her. You don't start being needy. Because once you start being needy, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start giving her more of your time. You're going to start seeing her, instead of twice every 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing her every day, bro. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't keep that independent mindset, that you don't need her. You really don't need her. And you wonder why your dreams and your purpose is not manifesting like how it's supposed to be. Because you can't do what you say. You can't stay with the same routine. You can't keep that discipline. You got to be consistent with that discipline with the same routine. This is how you're going to remain detached. You gotta be attached to your purpose. That's what should get most of your time. I'm gonna say at least 85% of your time, your purpose. Not these females. You can't remain detached if you keep giving them more of your time, you get attached. She becoming your purpose, bro. She literally is. Because you're starting to, you starting to take days off your purpose just to go see her. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You messing up the routine. You got to keep that independent mindset. This is how you're going to remain detached from women. You got to stop feeling like you need them. You could be a better person without them. It's all up to you. It's all mental, bro. You could do it. You just got to put yourself through it. And so you can achieve it. You want to remain detached. You got to develop a king mindset. You got to develop an independent mindset. You got to develop that, that kind of I don't care mindset. We just friends. You know what I'm saying? You got to develop that mindset, bro. Some females don't even want to be in a relationship with you, but you want to take it further because you're starting to get attached. You trying to remain detached. Stop taking women too serious, bro. I'm just trying to tell you what you need to do. So you can be attached to your purpose and detached from women. You can remain detached from women if you attach to your purpose. Trust me, if you truly attach to your purpose, you can remain detached from women. If you put your purpose first, but it starts from the mind. It starts there first. You can't get caught up in your feelings with these females. They come and go. They're like passing buses. They're like passing customers. Going through a McDonald's drive-thru. You got to accept that, bro. You got to accept it. I'm just trying to help you guys out, man. How to remain detached. Because when you get attached, you start losing. It always costs a man when he get attached to a woman and he get in a relationship with a woman. It always costs the man. Remember that. I hope you guys got something out of this. And this is how to remain detached from women. Have a king mindset. Don't take women too serious. Always see her as a friend. And always see her as if she's talking to another dude. And always have fun with her. But have an independent mindset. You guys keep retaining. Stay on semen retention. Retain gang. It's Coleman.